Greetings. Welcome to
Network 99.
Thank you for pushing play and joining me in this episode for what I'd like to call 619. 6 1-minute sketches in a 9-minute video. Starting with this first intuitive sketch in black in the sketchbook with a brush-tipped marker just wrapping up now. What do you see? Moving into sketch 2, and as happens as we're sitting with our intuitive creativity, things pop into our brains, as happened here. I quickly started to see a creature of some sort, and at that point, when you start to see imagery in your lines and shapes, it's only natural that forms will start to come to mind. And so after working with that brush-tipped marker to start this 1-minute sketch, I moved into a chisel tip marker to get these thinner lines. And that's just about all the time for sketch 2, I believe, is wrapping up here. What do you think of sketch 2? As we turn the page and move into sketch 3, I want to thank you again for choosing Network 99 today. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my work and what I have coming in the future. Sketch 3 starts with this 1.0 marker, so it's got a feel of a pen or even a pencil when you're moving it around. Often I will begin a intuitive sketch with one line that moves throughout the page, and if it breaks, that's cool. It's kind of fun sometimes, though, to see how long you can get one line to stretch without breaking it. It's also maybe a little bit OCD of me, I'm not sure, but in any case, it does help to support my mind's ability to function in a intuitive manner, which is very helpful for bridging the creative gap. Sketch 4 now, as we're cruising right along in this episode of 619 on Network 99. And again, I'm using the 1.0 brush marker, that is. And in this one, maybe more so even than the last few, I'm moving quickly. When you only have 1 minute to put together a composition on a page of this size, I think the challenge is just right. I think that there's enough time in a minute to get a feel for what you can rightfully call a sketch. But you got to keep moving. That's the key. And I'm moving to this brush to kind of give, brush tip that is, to give a bit of a change to this sketch. This one felt a little flat, to be honest with you, as I was doing it. Of all the sketches, I believe that one was my least favorite, perhaps, and rightfully left behind as we turn this page to sketch number 5. Originally, I had planned on doing 5 sketches, and I think I might have lost count as I was going along in here, funny enough, but I could have left that last one out perhaps and called it a 519 or 518. I just thought I'd leave it for the sake of showing you that, proving to you, I suppose, I hope, convincing you, whatever the case may be, that not every sketch is going to bring joy. And that's sort of one of the reasons that the sketchbook is not just one page. We can turn the page. I always say you can walk away from the drawing itself and come back. There doesn't have to be a time limit on your sketches, of course. I'm merely giving a time limit in these videos because it keeps things moving, and probably it's a little more interesting. I find it interesting anyways, that is, to see the creativity erupt over and over again, because that is where I find a lot of joy. And here we are in the last sketch of the episode, sketch number 6. And for this one, starting with the brush tip again, when I work in ballpoint pen or a thinner marker, I like to sometimes begin sketches as I did with this, as you just saw, with several what we call hatches, I suppose, cross-hatching. But to move quickly in one space with a brush tip marker, you can really get that same effect, but in a lightning speed, which I really find awesome. And this one, I think this sketch illustrates pretty well the idea that sometimes you need a few sketches to really get ripping. And I think that's what happened. You saw over the first 5 sketches getting loose, getting the intuition loose, just like you stretch before you run or work out. You got to stretch by getting loose with a few loose sketches. And then by this 6th one, I felt like I was truly letting my intuition come through. What do you think? Of all the sketches, they all were about the exact same amount of time, around a minute, maybe a few seconds more or less here and there, but they all were the same time, and yet they are all so different. That's part of the joy of this practice of sketching, and I hope that you are inspired to get out and sketch as well. Get some markers out, get some paper, pencils, whatever you can find, and get after it. Have fun with it. In any case, that's all the time we have for on this episode. Thanks again for joining me today, this day, wherever your day is. Really appreciate your support. Please join us again for the next episode by liking and subscribing to
Network 99.
Be kind, be creative, and bring the joy.